Alrighty, so you can see that she got the seat almost done. You just got to fix up the corners here and a couple other little things, and then button all that up. So I'm going to go ahead and yank that out so she can take it in the house and get it finished up, as well as I'm going to clean out the back area, remove this bulkhead here so I can get that taken care of. Just button up a few things on that. I got my new steering shaft, so hopefully I can get that installed. I've got the front knuckle, or the back knuckle and the front knuckle, whatever they are. So I can see if I can't get those done, as well as the brake parts itself. Oh, this lovely, lovely gem. I think I'd like to paint these valve covers, at least in the lines, with the green to match the dash, in which everybody, of course, tells me that the shiny dash is going to be a major problem in terms of being able to see. So we'll go over here and get the back all cleaned out and a bunch of junkaroonies that are in here. Gonna hopefully get Laura to do these side panels too, possibly today or at least this week anyhow. Just trying to stay motivated on this project. The weather is actually really nice right now. It's only going to be 100 today, so not too bad. You know, see what we can get accomplished. Hopefully she's going to come out and get all the clear on these things today so I can get them going. Been digging around, finding all my miscellaneous parts that I've ordered months and months ago that I completely forgot that I have. So that's just a little treasure trove here. It's all right. But it is slowly coming together here. So we'll just keep pressing on, pressing on. If we can get that seat done, that'd be fantastic. With the least amount of problems, which has not been the case with that sewing machine. It is what it is. I can pull this sucker out of here. Alrighty, got all my holes marked for where I got to drill and mount this. Hopefully they line up with the brackets that I put in there. It's not to yank this thing out and take it to the house so Laura can do what she does best, which is mostly complain about the sewing machine, but hopefully get this thing done. Well, crapola. That is not going to work out. So that looks like it's just not going to fit. Not a big deal. I was hoping to get just be able to use one shaft and two joints, but that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to add an additional Heim joint in the middle with an additional knuckle. You know, it basically goes on here, mounts somewhere to the chassis, and keeps everything stable with the three joints. So that'll work. smarter, not harder. Or harder, not smarter. I don't know. Something like that. Yowza. Boop, boop, boop. Alrighty. Alright, now I'll just go in there. This will weld to the motor mount and hold the shaft, and I can put the other coupling here. Disco. So I'll wait for the coupling to come in before I weld this in, so let's move on to something else. First I have to go assist the queen with whatever problem she has. So, you know, distractions. You look beautiful.
Ew. No, I don't. You better fix that shit.
It's fine, I'll edit you out.
What? What now?
Alright, so let's pull all these through. And then we'll just throw a staple in the back just to secure them, and then we'll do the rest.
Okay, but this isn't closed. You think I could just fish it?
Yeah, just take it. Little tug on the rug.
Got it.
Alright. Because none of these guys will actually pull and staple.
Well, that one is, that one does not have a lot of thread.
Cut her too short, huh?
Well, I didn't have any more thread.
Oh.
So I was doing the best I could with what I had.
Well, it wasn't good enough.
Shut the fuck up. So now what? Because we haven't stapled it on all the way.
Alright.
Otherwise they're gonna... Are we gonna just go ahead and pull them and staple them now?
Yeah, just throw a staple in each one just so that holds them, and then we'll go back and readjust.
Okay. Fuck is the staple gun?
Over there, where you left it. Okay.
Did you fuck that one up?
That was a test run. Here, throw a staple in these ones so we can save the day. Perhaps I'll get the string this time.
I did get the string. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You're getting close.
Really? Really?
Just give her a little tug.
Wait.
It's better when you did it.
Just shove it through. Shove it through.
What seems to be the...
Try it again. Well, it doesn't help that you weren't in the hole.
Good. Don't move it. Technical problems. Well, the problem is I got fingers like sausages and I can't get them in there. And mind you, we're doing this on our nice, you know, early 1800s vintage dining room table here. As you can see, perfect workstation.
Listen, it's improv. What are you gonna do? It's protected. It's protected.
Yeah. Yep. Work with what you got.
I need to.
I've done that my whole life.
I need to just go across the top.
Right here?
I already did that part. Yes, I want to do this. It's a good thing no one can ever see what the back of this thing looks like.
Well, we'll slip a carpet on it, but let's spin it around. And then make dramatic sounds.
Why don't you just spin the phone?
I don't know.
Hey, careful. Table showing. There we go.
Keep it going, Linda. Make the dramatic sound.
Okay, we need to make the buttons tight, but I mean, she's a beaut, Clark. She's a beaut. She's nice.
Pull the button.
It looks really nice. We did good. Oh, there's a few little strings, but
You're supposed to point those out.
no, it's fine. What are you talking about?
Not too bad for a air conditioning guy and a hairdresser.
That's true. We don't do this professionally.
For a reason.
And we won't be doing it again. Okay.
Alrighty, got the queen taken care of. I wanted to actually trying to get some real things done today. I mean, that was pretty important, just not important to me. Alrighty, got all the steering things dialed in, parts ordered. So I'm in a holding pattern on that. I had to order some parts for the shift linkage on hold for that. What do you want to do next? The list is so long, I don't even know. Need to mount the gas pedal before I do anything else. That's important. Also got a new cooling fan order. The little air intake jobby on order. Oh, son of a, that's hot. All the hoses on order. I can do my brake lines. I got all the stuff for that. Need to hook up my air vent and get a hose for that. Steering, shift linkage, brake lines. A lot. I'm sure there's only 1,000 degrees in the car right now. Oof. She's hot. Alrighty, so there's the brake pedal. So this is the electronic drive-by-wire assembly out of the Tahoe this thing came out of. So what the heck is this thing? Looks like a speedometer cable. I don't know. I don't know what that is. How does this thing work? I see that moving. All right. What does that do? All right. This requires some information on the internet because I don't have any idea what this does. So I figured out what it is. It is the adjustable gas pedal positioner. Check this out. Hook the cable up to my drill. It will move the pedal up and down. I, of course, don't need that, so I got to figure out how to get rid of it. Or I wonder if they make a gas pedal I can just buy. I don't know. Let me look into that. It might be easier. Well, I'm sure it'll be easier, but I mean, really, what fun is that, right? So cruising the old interwebs here, I can apparently buy a new gas pedal for a 2005 Tahoe or Suburban, which is what the motor came out of. But they're exactly like this, without the adjustable doodad on there. Another thing on here, look how little this thing moves, actually. How are you supposed to go fast with only that much gas pedal? Nonsense. So it's either modify this or buy another one, a new one, and modify it. So I think we're just going to work with this one and waste all our time. That's my life. Or one of the aftermarket ones I think Holly made, which isn't half bad. I don't know. Let me keep digging here. One of the problems with the ones that I found that are aftermarket, like, you know, with Holly or Summit or Speedway, whatever, they mount to the firewall and they don't come out far enough, so I got to modify them anyway, at least the best I can tell looking at the photos. So I might just be better off just modifying this one. Maybe I can make it cool looking, I don't know. We'll see. Make a little coffin gas pedal. I like that. I got to do that. So, coffin gas pedal. Pull this pin out, pull that spring out, and just make a new one of these in metal. Coffin shaped, of course. Then all this here, I can just trim this off here, make a new arm that comes down. That'll work. Easy. See, I'm glad you thought of that. Provided this thing actually works. And actually, oh, climb up here, try not to kill myself. This is actually going to work out surprisingly well. Because with it mounted right there, the gas pedal and the brake pedal actually line up perfectly, and it's in the perfect spot. So I guess I'm not going to modify this thing at all. And it actually hides up in there. Son of a... Try it again. Hides up in there. So I think maybe I'll just take that arm and try to make it a little more better looking. Other than that, I think it's going to work perfectly. Howdy, friend.
I bring you libations.
Oh, excellent choice.
Okay, so I just need to shoot it with a clear coat and I'm done.
Yes,
They are done, I should say.
The team and I came with a grand idea to make you a coffin gas pedal.
We need the car to run. It's very important. That's more important than a... Is that what you're doing right now?
I was going to.
It's a great idea. But we need the car to run. On a day when we've accomplished so much, this is your choice.
Never mind.
This is your choice.
Never mind. Never mind. All right, let's get to work.
It looks so nice.
Alrighty, she managed to get some clear on these yesterday. They don't look too bad. So hopefully gonna yank all these down. I guess at this point we could probably start installing the door panels and stuff. That'd be fun. So I don't know. I'll see what she's up to today. You know, the crib door is still closed this morning, so it's gonna be a while, noonish. We actually have a nice amount of orange peel, which typically, you know, you color sand this out and buff it. But I like the way the orange peeling effect plays off of the metal flake. It actually looks like a jewel. I think it's neat looking. I'm going to leave it. Plus the fact that I'm using a $15 paint gun from the tool store probably adds to that. But hey, everything can't be perfect, right? Honestly, I typically, when I do things and make mistakes, I leave them. You know, I'm not trying to impress anybody but myself. So I figured everything's a rough draft anyway, but you know, there's nothing quite like doing something yourself, you know. And depending on what the project is, you know, I may or may not care. You know, I'm going to replace the dashboard on my truck, and I'm sure that one will be, you know, I'll go through all the steps and make it look super nice, but I don't know, you know, everything depends on the mood. But other than that, I like the way that looks. Well, if you're going to build a workbench, might as well make it a coffin to match, right? This is actually a bar that I made for a Halloween party we had a couple years ago, so it seems perfectly fitting. Perfect little workbench. Hopefully going to actually accomplish something today. Oh, all right. Go ahead and get this baby mounted real quick. I didn't make my coffin gas pedal yet, but it's in the works. Gotta be in the works. All right, that is going to work. Let's just go ahead and commit. And let's just hope there's nothing important on the other side. All right, now I got that set up. I'm not going to bother bolting it on yet until I put all the rest of the carpet nonsense on there, but at least we got a spot. So let's move on to something else. It's real hot in that car with the glass. It's like a greenhouse. I'm going to go ahead and commit on my carpet padding here because, well, I'm going blind, so I got to do something. But I'm going to put this down, then I'll start stringing wires. Alrighty, well, at least got that done. So that way I'm gonna have my eyeballs burned out from the sun on the reflectiveness. So I'll button this up a little quick here and then start to figure out how to get the electrical from the front to the back. Oh. Alrighty, so for the most part I got the padding down. And I need to build a spot to stick my fuse block. So I want it to be accessible, but yet hidden. So I'm thinking right here is where I want it. So it's a matter of mounting it. Now I've got these little doodads here, which I imagine are for a heater, or I think that was for insulation. So I think I'm going to tie off those with a piece of aluminum. Make a mount so it'll stick over there. Possibly. I think that'll work. Wires. Ooh, look, chrome stuff. So I got this rat nest here. I actually bought this wiring kit off of Amazon. I really was just looking for a fuse block. This thing came with all the wires, and it's actually supposed to be extra long. So I kind of really just bought it for parts. Now mind you, I spent a career of the last 30 years working on low voltage stuff, and I've wired many things, so this is like nothing new to me. So I needed to get a fuse block and some wiring and whatnot. So this was kind of like, well, a little bit of cheating. One reason, all the wires are actually labeled, so that's pretty useful. It's got a decent fuse block. I bought that, several spools of wire and whatnot, so I think I got enough base to work with. I had looked around for, you know, just the standard wiring kit, say from like American Auto Wire, which I actually have their box over there. But they didn't have anything that was really going to fit what I need, because I've got one, I got a normal car, I have air conditioner, I have air ride, I have a LS conversion, I have stereo systems, and just other stuff that I really couldn't find a kit that was going to work for what I needed, and that I was willing to pay for, frankly, because I can make my own. So that's what we're doing here. So let's get started. This is the extra long kit. So man, are just sort of trying to unravel all these spaghettis, figuring out what I'm going to use, what I'm not going to use, and where it's got to go. Because, you know, it's not like a normal car. There's a lot of extra things going on, and things are not necessarily in conventional places. So it is what it is. So it's got a lot of stuff that's already kind of loomed together, which doesn't necessarily do me any good. Left low beam. So this must be towards the front. So I'm assuming this is my dash set up. It's all decent gauge wire. I like the fact that it's labeled. Although without my glasses I can't see a damn thing. So I dissected the entire harness, and I'm laying everything out in which direction it's going to go. So I'm also double checking and labeling everything so I can actually see it with my old eyeballs, because I can't see the writing on here without using my magnifying glass, so that's no fun. But it's actually not half bad of a kit, at least to start from. I wouldn't think if you've never wired a car before, you're going to buy this thing, all of a sudden, you know, throw it in and your car's going to be going. You'll probably be on fire if you try that. But it's not so bad to start with here. But I'm kind of dissecting things. So off the fuse block, I get this stuff that goes forward to the engine compartment. But some of the stuff is not even needed. You know, they have, for instance, it's set up to run 4 light bulbs in every corner. Then you got turn signals, running lights, high beams, low beams. Same with the back. You got backup lights and separate wires for the brake lights and the running lights and everything else. So some of that I'll actually omit. Everything for the engine compartment I pretty much won't be using other than one power wire. So modify that. But it does come with all the nice connections and everything that I did need. So I don't think it was a bad buy. It does seem to be relatively decent quality. I think I paid $200 for this, and I don't think I'm going to complain too much. I did buy several bundles of wire. I will need those. So it's just a matter of sorting through all of this nonsense to get to a direction that makes some sense, which I'm still struggling. So it's getting there. Still waiting for my ignition switch, headlight switch, and some of the little miscellaneous switches, you know, odds and ends. So hopefully we'll get that next couple days. I'd like to have this thing wired at least mostly by the weekend here. Today's Monday, so I got some time to kill. But ideally, I'd be able to get the wiring harness stretched through the car where I got to get it to go so I can lay the carpet in. So that way Laura can start assembling the upholstery while I work on all the other garbage that I don't want to do. So trying to keep her moving, keep me moving. You know, the fact that it's 95 degrees right now, it doesn't help, but you know, it is what it is. And doing your electrical is definitely a time where you need to be anal. Certain things you don't be sloppy with. One is your brakes, and second is your electrical, because otherwise the guy with the tow truck shows up a lot, and then they tend to make fun of you. So nobody likes that. But yeah, this is how it comes, just a big rat nest. A daunting task. Right about there. Oil sending. Oil. Yeah, I don't think I'll even be using this. I believe this comes off the engine harness. But we'll go ahead and label it anyway. Get the stupid tape off. Come on, stupid sausage fingers. Beep. Okay, so this goes to the engine. So one end to the engine, one end to the dash. So let me mark this. Oil to the dash. All right, see? So, spent the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours monkeying with this thing here. And went ahead and organized all my wires how I want them laid out in the car. So I got stuff which goes to the back of the car, which you'll see is 9 miles long. I got stuff that'll go to the middle of the car, which include air ride and air conditioner and that type of stuff. Then I got laid out to the dashboard, up to the steering column area, and this up to the dashboard area, this up to the front of the car area, and then I got a bunch of things that are relatively useless that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with, and then for some reason I got all these power wires, so I'll probably route all these together, tie them to one. So this is a pretty basic layout that I got here. So I'm going to take and loom everything together so I can start putting it in the car and kind of get a direction on where I got to go. So that is at least the first step anyhow, or the second step, third step. But anyways, yeah, this harness, you know, I'm feeling like it was worth the money. I could have just got a normal fuse block and built it from scratch like I usually do, but I figured this might be, sort of the cheat code, but it's really no more work, no more less work. I don't know if I would highly recommend it, but it is what it is. Here we are. Just a sack of noodles. It's a very time-consuming task, but it'll be worth it in the end. Well, hopefully anyhow. Let's see what we got. The old Pandora. Oh, little mic nest. That'll work. It's just too quiet in here. So anyways, I got everything lined out where I need. I got dashboard, steering column, I got to the front of the motor, I got to the headlights up front, I have to the engine. Also ran my main power to my air compressors, which will be behind the seat, my air line, which I need. Then I got everything that runs to the middle of the car behind the bulkhead, which is the stereo, which is most important, the air conditioner, the air ride, and then everything out back. Pulled a couple extra wires just in case, because you never know. So now I need to make a way to mount it in there, which I haven't thought about yet. It's a lot of bits and pieces tied all together here. I promised Laura to have the electrical in the car today. Certainly not going to be hooked up. That's a couple of weeks worth of work probably, but at least in the car, because she wants to start putting the upholstery in, and anything that humors her and keeps her happy is good for me. It's like resting on a giant jellyfish. Ugh. See, I didn't lie. It's actually in the car today. Now it's time to make the mounting plate. Tell those little doodads in there. This will mount somewhere in this ballpark. And putting the metal piece on there will allow me to put insulation behind it. Also give me a nice solid place to mount relays and various other things I need, like the stereo. And then I can put fabric on it where it's going to be seen. It'll sort of complete the whole look, so it's all about function. But you got to plan these things out in the fabrication stage. So luckily I got lucky with those little tabs that stick up the firewall to mount stuff on there. So I planned this long ago. But yeah, there's nothing worse than going and painting your firewall and all that stuff, and everything looks super bitchin', and then you realize that you have no way to hang your wires anywhere, and then you end up having to screw up everything, or zip tie them, or use chewing gum or any other form of, apparatus you can. Although I did find that if you do screw that up, You can always use these little magnets and stick them to the inside of the firewall in different places and just zip tie to them or run them through the little hoop. I've done that before. So now it's trying to figure out some simple things like getting the wiring out of the firewall. So I'm going to mount the battery because it mounts way over there in the little hole there. So it's a neat little spot. So I'm not going to mucky things up and just leave it where it's supposed to be. Typically, you know, go out of way to hide things, like take and stick them underneath the seat of your truck where you can never ever get to it, but that's a whole different subject. So we're going to leave it over there. So then it's just a matter of getting it through the firewall. Now there was the original, which as you can see, a ginormous hole there. I would like to avoid using that simply because it's ugly. I mean, if you're going to do something, try to make it at least halfway decent looking. I've also got this hole here, this grommet I can drill through and come in this way. So if I come in this way, then I have to go across the fender or around the fender. Which is not horrible. Or I can come through there and then go across the motor, because I got to have wiring in this area here and this area up here for everything else. So it's a matter of what's going to be the cleanest and most organized way. The engine wiring harness is all self-contained. It just needs one hot wire and one ignition wire, so that shouldn't be that big of a deal. Of course, famous last words, but we'll see. Now the only thing left to do is everything. Alrighty, so 36 inches by, I want to get down to about that crook there, the bend. Not too far, so I'm gonna go ahead and eyeball it at 13 inches. Alright, 36 by 13, remember that. Alrighty. Alrighty, so here's my pattern that I came up with last night. It will actually go from end to end. Cover everything that I need, although I need to cut out for that vent and the gas pedal here. So I'm going to work on that. Laura's currently in the process of doing all the wind lacing and getting all the upholstery ready to rock and roll. Good times, good times. Also, made the patterns for my kick panels at the same time, so I'll cut those out too since everything ties together. So we're out of room in here. Alrighty. Sometimes being left-handed is a pain in the ass. I'm not sure why, but when I grind this, it smells like cat pee. Very strange. Alrighty, so this is the beginning of something. I'm gonna go ahead and break the edge. I'm where you can see it. I'm gonna go over ahead and break the edge a little bit. Let's give it a little rigidity. Probably around the top too, I don't know. But it's getting there. I should probably mark this. A little crooked right there, it's fine. Trying to understand which way this thing goes so I don't screw it up. So the edge here, I'm gonna break down just a little smidge. So when it's mounted there, it'll have a little break there, and then the carpet can come up underneath and tuck into it. So it should look nice and clean. Unless I screw it up, which I probably will. You unplugged my bead roll, woman. Damn distractions.
Don't you do it, I need my fan.
Well, now I need another extension cord.
How long do you need it for?
It's gonna be fine. I'll go get my own.
It's fine. You can unplug it for like 5-10 minutes.
Just wait here.
Bitch.
I either need more receptacles or less wipes.
Fucking stupid. I told you not to be in here.
Well, I'm not filming you. I'm just looking at what you're doing.
I told you not to be in here. I'm sweaty and gross and angry.
Well, it's 98 degrees and it's humid like a wet dog.
And it won't.
And we have the Texases.
Yes,
there was actually a special nail gun I was supposed to buy that I forgot that somebody told me about. My bad. I did it. Yeah, I know. My fault.
So why would you make me do this?
I forgot until just right now. Okay, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing. Oh. Alright, that'll work. Makes it much more stiffer. It's the Cialis for the metal. You younger guys won't understand that. Alright, so here is my semi-finished panel. Still have to upholster, I'll have Laura do that tonight. But my fuse block will mount right here. And my accessory relays will fit here. Power block will go there, so that'll be the main power coming from the battery, which will meet here. Then everything off the fuse block will mount there, and then that will run down to the air ride compressors. I have got there, that circle is the fresh air vent from the outside, so I dug around and actually did find this guy. So I'll knock this hole out and mount that door there. Then I'll paint this. Probably just paint it black. I don't know. I have to put some thought into that. Paint that so that way I can get the vent and everything is disco. So I think I'll cut out the kick panels real quick and call this a day. Because it's hot and I'm tired. So much faster. Love this thing. So, I had to make these out of aluminum because the way this is shaped, it's got like a hard bend here. Otherwise, I would have made them out of wood. So I made them out of aluminum so I can throw it in the whatever and bend it and make it fit around that corner. So, add a little more trimming and we'll be good to go. It's getting dark, better hurry. The sun should be going down. So I'll just throw this thing in the pipe anvil here. Give it a little 1-2, 1-2. Just so squeeze that baby in there. That is going to work just fine. Throw a couple screw holes in here and we'll be good. This will meet up with that and will be a nice clean upholstered transition to about here. Then the carpet will come up, tuck underneath, and be all nice and clean. It was definitely worth the effort. Alright, that is done. Now in to be upholstered. It's 7 o'clock, so time for me to go inside as well. So we'll see you in the morning. Speaker. Bitch.
Wow. Please. Please do not. Like, what is wrong with you?
So, went ahead and got the upholstery done here. And of course, I now discover certain things, like I have to mount a computer. The wiring harness that I have actually designed to have the computer mounted inside the car, which I had not accounted for, although, oddly enough, should probably move this so I don't break my neck. This big hole that I didn't want to use, I now have to use because the wiring harness is designed to go through the firewall and it happens to have a 2-inch grommet, which happens to be the exact same size. So it's like it was almost made for this. So I have to rethink my thinking just a touch. So I just need to modify a little bit so I can mount the computer inside, which hopefully won't be a big deal. But I still want to get this guy dialed in today because that is a milestone for the electrical. So I can either probably have to wait till I get it inside and get actually the harness run in here to figure out what to do with this, because there is no way to mount it. You know, the way it mounted is it clicked into apparatus there on the car, which I don't have obviously, so I'll have to come up with some way to mount that I don't know of off the top of my head here. So maybe the wiring can come in and plug at the top, maybe on the side, or maybe on the bottom, depending on how it lays out. But I definitely don't want to see it, so I can't get below about this line here. So I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to go ahead and plug this sucker in here so I can mount my fuse panel and call her good. And then see what the next disaster is going to be. So after thinking about all of this, I think I'm going to go ahead. Oh, apparently break my drill. I think I'm going to go ahead and mount the computer right here. It's a nice little hole in there. It'll be dry. And that solved my under the hood dash problem, because I think it is a little more functional. Sometimes trying to figure out where to squeeze things is it's part of the battle anyway. Park that there and we'll continue on. Because I need a fan relay up here, an air conditioning compressor relay, and then a relay I'll put in the back for the air compressors. And I think that's all I'll need. Alrighty, went ahead and painted that guy. I lost the little, well, I didn't lose it. The knob that was on there, I tried polishing it and it melted into dust. So now I got no knob. So at the moment, I'll have to figure something out. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and slap that baby on right over that hole. I think it's a nice little silver hammered, you know, Krylon touch. Put that on there. I also drilled a hole because I'm gonna run my main power into my fuse panel and everything through the firewall. Because the battery actually sits right here on the other side of the firewall, so it's going to come through right here. Tie on that. Got my fan, my AC, and my something else relay that I can't remember right now. Well, maybe the fans for the air conditioning, I'm not quite sure. I don't know. So, screw this down and then climb into the you know, pleasant vehicle. That's only probably a zillion degrees. Like a giant greenhouse, man. This thing's terrible. Righty. Well, whatever that was, it was important. Righty. Righty. I like that. That's gonna work. Need to bolt that vent on first. Get ahead of myself. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's make it permanent. Easy, bro. Easy. Alrighty. That is gonna work. Alright, now to bolt it all up. Oh my god. That goes there. This doesn't help me. Good lord. What a wreck. Try to sort this all out again. Alright. That's the dashboard in front of... I got this damn thing in the way. Oh, come on, for God's sakes. Alright. Alright, let's try that again. That goes over there. That goes over there. This is to the rear. That's to the front. It goes like this. Alright, see? Easy. Alright. Alright, now bolt those down tight, and then we can put it all together. I don't know what the hell this relay's for. Alrighty. Sorted through that disaster. Now let's try this again. What a dumb idea. Whose idea was this? That guy needs to get fired. Alrighty. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Of course, didn't mark where the holes were, so I don't know where the bolts go, so that's just awesome. Lo, 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 lo. Oh, all right. All right, screw it on, there, be done. then I found all the mistakes. There's always mistakes, at least with me, because I'm that guy. Just about done. Oh, that is bitchin'. I am happy with that. Need to tighten it up a little bit, but once everything ties in here, that's gonna look nice and clean with the carpet. That is fantastic. All right, so that is done. Now to run the electrical down to the midsection here and then follow the rest of the way out. You can see Laura's been in here doing yoga or something, I'm not even sure, but chugging right along here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a path here. Get all these damn noodles out of the way. Some guy to leave all this crap everywhere, we won't have a problem. And yes, I know you all do the same thing, right? Neat and tidy, neat and tidy. Alrighty, well, I see the first problem that I did not think about. So all of this and this and this go up in that direction. However, all of this happens to run in front of the fuse block and it'll go under the carpet, but as you can see, I can see it. And that is the problem. So, I think I'm going to have to pull this all back off, which I'm very excited about. Drill a hole in the back where the fuse block mounts. Pull it in underneath so it can come down here and not be visible. Oh joy. Well, this was a good test run. All right, out she comes.